Imagine the thrill of electric race cars zooming down the iconic streets of Los Angeles, Toronto, or Tokyo. With a calendar yet released for the 10th season of Formula E racing, many of us have been wondering, could the 2024 season expand its electrifying races to these cities? Exciting talks are in motion to transform this potential outcome into reality. So, join us as we journey through the thrilling prospects of the 2024 Formula E calendar. But first, let's take a brief look at this year's new locations. Season 9 so far has showcased a spectacular display of races across some of the world's most iconic cities, such as Cape Town, Berlin, Monaco, just to name a few. However, one location that was missing was the Red Hook Street Circuit in New York City, which had proven to be a fitting venue for the sport. Set against the backdrop of the city skyline, the circuit was as much a crowd pleaser as the races it hosted. However, all good things must come to an end. Plans for a cruise terminal expansion at the venue resulted in the discontinuation of races at the Red Hook Circuit last July. In lieu of New York, the Portland International Raceway has stepped into the spotlight. Known for its long history of hosting adrenaline-pumping races, the raceway is set to host a unique Formula E event very soon. Many fans, though, are optimistic and hoping that Portland will gain traction and become a recurring fixture on the calendar. The Oregon race seems to offer a fitting pivot from the bright city lights to the lush Pacific Northwest. In addition to Portland, Formula E added 3 other new circuits to the docket for Season 9: Hyderabad, Cape Town, and Sao Paulo. But now let's look ahead to Season 10 and speculate on where our favourite single-seaters could be racing next. First up, Los Angeles. Earlier this year, a group of Formula E delegates took a trip to City of Angels just before the Mexico City e-Prix. This trip hints that Formula E is seriously considering adding more races in North America, specifically Los Angeles. Now, why Los Angeles? Well, LA is a famous coastal city known for its vibrant entertainment scene and bustling city life. Picture the car speeding along the beautiful Pacific Coast Highway with a Hollywood sign off in the distance. Wouldn't that be a sight to behold? Or could the race be in downtown LA with tall buildings in the background? Finally, others are speculating that it could race in and around one of the city's sports stadiums. Right now, there's a lot of excitement and curiosity because we don't know much for sure. Roger Griffiths from the Avalanche Andretti team has some fascinating insights about the topic. He strongly believes that for the growth of Formula E in America, it's essential to have races on both coasts of the US. He thinks this is key to expanding the audience and garnering more attention for the sport. Southern California especially is of particular interest to Griffiths. The presence of electric vehicle companies such as Ativa and Tesla and the vibrant electric car community in the region make it an ideal location for a race. Now, another American city that had been on the list of potentials was Chicago, which is hosting a NASCAR street track in July. However, Formula E co-founder Alberto Longo recently made it very clear that they've moved away from that idea after some issues with scheduling preferences between NASCAR and Formula E. "Honestly, I don't think that's the way for us to go," he said. "We need to have our own identity, we need to be in our own space, we cannot become a secondary event to a main event." Meanwhile, Toronto, Canada's largest city, is also reportedly in discussions with Formula E. Known for its diverse culture and beautiful skyline, Toronto has a lot to offer as a potential host city. Could we see the electrifying action of a Formula E race set against the backdrop of the iconic CN Tower? If the plans go ahead, this could be a major milestone for Formula E, expanding its footprint in North America and marking its first trip back into Canada since 2017. Now, having turned down the offer to race the prestigious Grand Prix course on the island of Notre Dame, Formula E was able to convince the mayor to pave the city's roadways to keep the race as an official street circuit. However, this angered the residents of Montreal and caused a bit of a political turmoil. Needless to say, we haven't returned to Canada since, so we're left hoping the residents of Toronto hold a different outlook on the sporting event. Lastly, let's take a look at Tokyo, which has been making the news as being one of the frontrunners in the competition to land a spot on the Season 10 calendar. After senior members of the Tokyo Metropolitan Government made the trip to the Monaco e-Prix in May of 2023, rumors have been circling that a final decision could come as early as the end of June. If it's a go, the best location for the race to be held in Tokyo would be their big site area, which encompasses the Tokyo International Exhibition Center. Not only have numerous drivers called Tokyo a dream location, but the team themselves are excited to possibly head to Japan, especially Nissan, which is the only Japanese team currently on the grid. Managing Director Tommaso Volpe was quoted, "As the first Japanese automaker participating in the championship, we would be delighted to have an e-Prix in Tokyo in 2024. Now we must note that while there have been preliminary deals struck already and a couple of demo races held in Tokyo in years past, nothing is 100% locked in for a Tokyo e-Prix championship being added to the 2024 calendar. These developments signify Formula E's continued growth and its commitment to promoting electric mobility globally. Yet, as tantalizing as these prospects are, it's important to note that they're still under discussion. The official race calendar for Season 10 hasn't been released yet, so fans and teams are eagerly waiting for the official word. No matter the outcome of these discussions, it's clear that the future of Formula E holds a lot of promise and excitement. Now, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe for more Formula E related content.